This is Alan Weinkrantz for the Times of Israel, and this is a bit of an experiment. I met Jeremy Troy through a mutual friend of ours, Karen Miller, and we are both from San Antonio, and we are both sitting at the Diaghilev Hotel in Tel Aviv. You just got here a month ago, and I'm here for 3 months being engaged with Rackspace in San Antonio. So I think we're the two sole Texans and people from San Antonio right here, right now. You've just moved here, what, about a month ago?
That's right. I arrived the first week of October. It was in the middle of the High Holy Days and just before the beginning of Sukkot. So it was a really cool time to be here. So
you grew up in San Antonio?
I did. Born and raised in San Antonio, 18 years, and then I made it out and moved all the way to Austin.
You went to UT?
So I went to UT. I graduated undergrad degree in finance, and after school I moved to Dallas. I was a financial advisor for Morgan Stanley. Then I went to New Orleans and worked for the New Orleans Saints. Post-Katrina, the team's first year back, really exciting time to be there. From New Orleans I moved to New York, staying within the sports industry, and went to work for the National Football League corporate headquarters. And I spent 5 years in New York, amazing experience as with New Orleans. And from New York, I spent 1.5 years in Los Angeles, most recently, still with the NFL. And now I'm here in the Holy Land.
And so you're here, and somewhere out there, I've got to believe, there's a startup that's looking for really great talent, people like you. Describe, in a perfect scenario, someone out there, a startup. What would you like to do?
Sure. So, biased opinion, but I think I have a really unique background and experiences under my belt. As I said, I have a finance educational background. I also received my MBA in New York from Fordham University, and beyond that, I've the past 5 years had a really strong experience with data analysis, research, and business intelligence, the whole BI platform. And I'm really looking to join a startup that is between 10 and 50 employees roughly, a kind of small, tight-knit group that is working on an exciting idea and has a very compelling offering and has a lot of data, as most companies do these days, whether it's the consumer-facing side or internally better understanding their own information and how they're building their platform. And I think data is a really obviously exciting and important aspect of every business today, and I love crunching numbers. So I'm looking to join a company here in Tel Aviv that kind of suits that description, and particularly I like the clean tech, renewable energy space, and to kind of work on a solution and a challenge that can help the world become a better place and more sustainable. So.
Okay. Well, what was the inspiration for coming here?
So the inspiration for me moving here is kind of threefold. One, in February of 2013, I received an email from my parents, which I would typically not read and delete, but I happened to look at this message from them this time. And it was about Dan Senor, who was speaking at Temple Israel on the Upper East Side of New York City about his book Startup Nation, which is of course the innovation story about the country of Israel. So I went, I listened to him, and immediately picked up the book afterwards and read it, and was very inspired by the excitement and innovation of this country and all the exciting ideas and people that are coming out of the country, in Tel Aviv specifically, with the most per capita venture capital dollars and startups of any country in the world. And eventually I decided it was right for me, that the cultural and kind of family aspects to the country were another big factor for me, kind of more on the personal side. I have some family here in the country, and I think the emphasis on the holiday, the Shabbat, the tradition that's behind this country, and everybody's passion for the history that the Jewish Holy Land has to offer is really powerful, and I really wanted to experience that firsthand. And third, just for the adventure and the kind of risk-taking aspects to being an immigrant and no risk, no reward is kind of cliche, but that's really how I felt, and it was a really unique way for me to kind of fresh start, immerse myself in a startup community, and become part of something really exciting.
Okay, now you're open to interviews now, but before you actually decide on what you're going to do or a team you might join, I understand you're about to go on another adventure.
I am. So during this process of acclimating myself to Tel Aviv and speaking with companies and making new friends and learning about the places, I decided a great opportunity for me to move to a kibbutz, and I found one near Eilat. It's called Kibbutz Lotan, and they offer an environmental eco experience. So I'm going to spend 3 weeks there living on the kibbutz. It's in the Arava region in the desert, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great time for me to learn more about the agricultural and environmental aspects to the country, and it's an area that really interests me, and I think I'll be able to bring a lot of education and kind of lessons back with me.
Okay, so someone's discovering this video. What's the best way to reach out to you? I'm a prospective team member, employer, a VC firm that's looking for talent to put into one of their startups. How do we find you?
Sure, so you can call me or email me. My email address is Jeremy H. Troy, JeremyHTroy @gmail, and my phone number is 054321-1333, so either option works. And I have my profile posted on LinkedIn, and open to talk to you. So.
Great. Well, thank you. Good luck on your adventure. This is Alan Weinkrantz with Jeremy Troy. We are both from San Antonio here in Israel, and let's see where this experiment goes.